Cool. Well, I'm here with my friend TJ Daniel at Vista Capital Partners. I'm actually his client in the wealth management space. And yeah, you've spoken to a couple of our small groups at Script Founders over the past couple years. Vista is sponsoring, thank you, the Rebuilding Wealth Summit that we're hosting in a month. And I wanted to kind of kick it off with how did you get into finance and the whole wealth management space, and kind of how do you find purpose in it?
Yeah, good question. Well, it really stemmed from early years. With my mom and dad, they more or less didn't have a healthy relationship with money and finances, and whenever that topic did come up, it was more of a sore subject, and it caused some tension. And I really wanted to change the narrative and have a better relationship with money, more understanding, get more educated.
Yeah.
And over time, I think I just got more and more curious, and I think it was late middle school or early high school. I took it was coined Wall Street Wizards course, and me and my best friend from growing up, we took it. And just really learn the ins and outs of the stock market, what it means to own a piece of a company. And it was really cool to see, like, if I, bought a pair of Nikes and I invested in Nike stock, that means I'm an owner in that company and can reap the growth as they grow. And that kind of transpired into college, where I studied some finance as well. And then
you went to U of O here. You grew up in East Bay area in California.
Yep, grew up in the East Bay. My parents were still in the same house in Hayward. Went to high school at Bishop O'Dowd in Oakland, California, and family scattered around all of East Bay and the Bay Area. But yeah, I went to U of O, graduated there in 2016, and shortly after that, I was still playing some football, and was at the Houston Texans for a short period of time.
Yeah,
very short. NFL not for long, that's for sure.
I didn't know it stood for that.
Oh, it is. Yeah. National Football League. No, it isn't. It's not for long. But it was a really cool experience, and my wife and I got a little homesick, so we moved back to Portland Metro, where her family is. And shortly after we got back, I started at KeyBank in downtown Portland, and that was another introduction to kind of money in general, and really cool experience. Learned the ins and outs of like what is in like banking world and all the different avenues down with that. And but it was very transactional. We had customers, not so much clients, and there wasn't much of a relationship. And so the opportunity to work at Vista, where there was more of a relationship, appealed to me, and for us to be working with high net worth individuals and families also appealed to me, and financial planning, investment management, the comprehensive nature of Vista in general really appealed to me as well. And I've been here for 5.5 years.
Nice.
And enjoying every minute of it.
Yeah, it's been great to be your client.
Yeah.
Or what's the best? Yeah, I guess client, not customer. Yeah. So we were talking before this. A message that you might want to get out to founders in Portland. Like, my experience with a lot of entrepreneur friends is they're incredibly good and passionate about what they do in their company, but often are allergic to having money stay in their pocket. It's always high risk going into something else that isn't always the best investment, or their own company. And so, what message would you get out there to folks?
Yeah, good question. I think of two things when you say that. One is concentration builds wealth. And when I say that, it means like when someone is starting a company, they're super concentrated in that company, wanting to see that succeed. But diversification keeps wealth. more or less.
Right.
And so there is some sort of like tipping point where it's like, should I divert all my assets into the business, and then when should I veer off and diversify kind of your portfolio?
Right.
And then the second thing is, I took this from social media. This individual is getting interviewed, and he's like, "What would you want to give to your younger self or the next entrepreneurs watching?" And he said, "Stay small enough, long enough, you'll be big enough soon enough."
There you go.
And I just think that's really cool and encapsulates kind of the nature of a small business owner. And there is, again, a tipping point where, you can divert your resources to diversify.
Stay small enough, long enough.
You'll be big enough soon enough.
All right. There you have it. Mic drop. Thanks, TJ. Appreciate you.
Yeah.